It's the latest addition to the local casino scene this morning, an inside look at the new Golden Nugget Hotel Tower.
And sweeping reaction follows President Donald Trump's decision to withdraw from the landmark Paris Climate Accord.
We're seeing some fog this morning. It could slow your commute down. Right now, here's a live look at I-10 traffic moving toward Westlake. You can see those low clouds, and visibilities may lower a bit more. We'll take a look at rain chances ahead for you Friday as well, coming up.
Sponsored by Nissan of Lake Charles. At your service with news for Southwest Louisiana. This is 7 News Sunrise.
Good Friday morning to you, 5:01 on this June 2nd. Thanks for joining us for 7 News Sunrise. I'm Brittany Glazer.
I'm John Bridges. Good morning. It is muggy out there this morning. Ben, what are our rain chances today?
Well, with all the humidity, it kind of feels like the air is just heavy out there when you walk outside this morning. There will be some scattered showers around, but we're getting a nice little break from it this morning for the most part. Looking at visibilities, I think that's going to be our biggest issue. We're already seeing visibilities down just to under 2 miles there in DeRidder and in Oakdale. We got some low clouds over us now, and over to temperatures. It feels stifling warm there in Cameron. 79 degrees for morning temperatures, 75 in Sulphur, 76 now in Lake Charles, as radar is showing just a couple of showers have been confined to the coastal parishes as they move north. What's left of them quickly coming to an end, running into a little bit more stable atmosphere, so most of these showers will rain themselves out and remain south of the Lake Charles area. Maybe a couple of them zipping over closer to Vinton, but that's about as far north as they go today. So overall, your morning commute, not all that bad. We'll keep the rain chances about 20%, going up to 40% this afternoon for some of those widely scattered showers and storms. Temperatures today in the upper 80s. Coming up, I'll have more on the rain threat for the weekend ahead in just a couple of minutes.
A Lake Charles man is in jail this morning after shooting another man while playing Russian roulette in the area of Prater and Knapp Streets.
This all happened Tuesday evening. 27-year-old Romain Boutte was arrested on charges of negligent injuring, illegal use of a dangerous instrument, and illegal possession of a stolen firearm. The man who was shot was transported to a local hospital for treatment. While the Golden Nugget opened in 2014, hotel space quickly booked weekend after weekend.
Now, with even more people coming into Lake Charles, the casino had to grow to meet demand, and grow it did.
I only see it growing. We continue to grow every year.
The Golden Nugget just got a bit more roomy. Say hello to Rush Tower.
In total, it'll be 353 new rooms, which will give us almost 1,100 hotel rooms.
The popular casino just opened a new hotel complex over Memorial Day weekend. The result?
The timing was right. It was a big, nice holiday weekend. People were excited. There was a lot of demand to come and see the tower, and we actually sold out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
And to economic development experts, the business boom is no surprise.
We're getting more people coming in all the time, permanent workers and construction workers, and as you can see by increased traffic, and we need more things for people to do.
Swift says over 4 million people are coming into Lake Charles annually. He says casinos are a big reason why.
They are bringing people in for reunions and for meetings and trade associations that we've never had before, as well as just folks coming for a vacation or a weekend.
The Golden Nugget isn't just attracting visitors, it's keeping them too.
We've gone all the way to Houston, as far west as Houston and as far east as Baton Rouge and Lafayette to recruit folks to come to work for us.
Over 100 new jobs, all thanks to Rush Tower. Swift says all of the economic growth in Lake Charles is unprecedented.
This is very positive for the region. More than half of the visitors that come to Lake Charles now are coming because it's a destination.
With revenue rising over 20% at Golden Nugget, Del Pret says the completion of Rush Tower is it. For now.
We'll see how it shakes out, but you never know what's to come next year.
It's been open for less than a week, but Rush Tower at the Golden Nugget's already filling quickly. DePreet suggests that you book your stay well ahead of schedule to get the room you want.
Officials say one person reported missing after an explosion at a corn mill in Wisconsin has been found dead. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office says the body was found around 6 p.m. yesterday. They say one person still remains missing. At least 2 people died and 11 others were injured when an explosion rocked the corn processing facility in Cambria late Wednesday night. Officials say they do not know what caused the blast, and the investigation has been difficult because of the compromised safety of that structure. Philippine police say 36 people died in addition to the gunman during an attack on a casino in Manila. Resorts World Manila says the gunman fired shots and set gaming tables on fire. In the chaos, people fled the casino. The dead were killed by smoke. Police say the suspect apparently killed himself with his rifle on the 5th floor of the complex. Just awful. This morning, we're tracking worldwide reaction to President Donald Trump's announcement that the U.S. will exit the Paris Agreement on climate change.
Tracy Potts is in Washington to explain why it's such a big deal.
The United States will withdraw.
Claiming it cost millions of American jobs, President Trump announced he's pulling out of the worldwide Paris deal on climate change, sparking protests in New York and Washington.
It's an extraordinary abdication of American leadership.
You can't build a border wall against carbon dioxide emissions.
The U.S. joins only 2 other countries, Nicaragua and Syria, not part of the deal to reduce emissions.
Americans don't like being isolated from the international community.
The president's supporters say it's a bold step.
We shouldn't have other nations lecturing us on how to clean up our environment.
What's next? President Trump says he'll try to renegotiate, but France and other countries insist that can't happen.
The Paris Agreement remains irreversible.
Dozens of U.S. cities and states insist they will continue to reduce emissions.
We're going to make sure that we follow this agreement.
Environmentalists and scientists worry about the long-term impact.
Record heat, more drought in some places, torrential rains and floods in other places, sea level rising, drowning coastal areas. The world will be a mess.
The U.S. now virtually on its own against the world. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
The U.S. can't formally exit the deal until November of 2020. Comedian Kathy Griffin will hold a news conference today after releasing a controversial photograph earlier this week. I'm sure you've seen it. Griffin and her attorney, Lisa Bloom, will hold the news conference inside Bloom's firm in California. Griffin plans to address the true motivation, she says, behind the image she released of herself holding what was meant to look like President Donald Trump's severed head. Griffin has since lost endorsement deals, at least one club engagement, and a job with CNN. You think she can explain that?
Don't think so.
Don't know. Good luck. A 12-year-old is named the champ of this year's National Spelling Bee.
Find out what word she had to spell to take home the grand prize next.
Was it supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
Well,
probably not.
No, that sound is quite atrocious.
Yes.
5:08. We'll be right back.
You don't have anything yourselves, and yet you're doing this for other people. You were shot 4 times in the back and missed every single major organ. It's a miracle. You were inspiring those kids and giving them hope.
Next, New Ellen, an hour of inspiring stories.
I always want the show to be a break from whatever's happening in the world. If you're feeling down, I want to lift you up. If you're feeling like you're going in the wrong direction, I want you to back that thing up.
Today at 3 on KPLC.
It's the final days of your Southern Quality Ford Dealers All-American Sales Event. Don't miss 0 for 60 on a complete lineup of Ford vehicles. All part of America's best-selling brand. Get 0% financing for 60 months on F-150. Plus, first responders and military can get an additional $1,000 appreciation cash on top of all current offers. It's the final days. The All-American Sales Event ends soon. Hurry into your Southern Quality Ford dealer today.
Here's another great restaurant from the Coca-Cola Restaurant Guide on KPLCTV.com.
For great home-style Cajun food, come join us at Southern Spice for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Gumbo, plate lunches, and our homemade onion rings are just a few of the items you'll find on our menu. Come try your favorites with an ice cold Coke.
From home-style cooking to upscale dining, Southwest Louisiana knows great food tastes better with an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Find hundreds of local restaurants on KPLCTV.com. Just click on the Coca-Cola Restaurant Guide.
Mrs. K. Kay lives for the weekend. Food, family, and fun, here we come. But when Kay tries to plan her weekend, her phone's stock weather app is missing the here. Here is in the local 7 Storm team, committed to keeping her informed. So she got the new free 7 Storm Team First Alert weather app. It gives her the fastest warnings and updates that are personalized just for her location. Plan away, Kay. You're connected to here, and no one knows here better than KPLC 7 News. When severe weather strikes,
starting off with a couple of strong storms that moved on shore.
Information is the most important thing you need.
It looks like it's going down, but it's starting to pick up again.
KPLC has the team and the technology to keep you ahead of the storm. Our advanced radar tracks the storm, so you know exactly when it will hit your neighborhood.
I've never seen it this high, and I've been here my whole life.
The 7 Storm Team First Alert weather coverage. One more way 7 News is at your service.
5:11 before you head out the door this morning. You may want to make sure you grab the umbrella. Scattered showers are back, and also use those low beam headlights as we do have a little bit of fog, especially over parts of Vernon, Beauregard parishes, and northern Allen. That's where we are seeing the fog potential the greatest at this point, although we will look for that to be an issue even down to Lake Charles here as we get closer to sunrise. Rain chances will go back up. We'll have about a 40% chance of some widely scattered showers and thunderstorms by this afternoon, and those will be ending generally by sunset. But they're going to return for the weekend. We'll talk about how much rain we're expecting over these next several days coming up in just a couple of minutes.
5:11 now, one of our favorite stories each year. The Big Spelling Bee. 12-year-old Ananya Vinay won the Scripps National Spelling Bee last night.
The Fresno, California native had to spell Marocane, Marocane, correctly in order to clinch the title, except she didn't have a prompter like me. Vinay will take home a $40,000 cash prize after nearly 12 hours of spelling correctly. Wow. And in case you were wondering, Marocane is a dress fabric, Brittany, made of silk, rayon, and a filling of other yarns. Marocane.
Okay, I can spell cotton.
You went to the L'Auberge gift shop and tried to find a blouse made of Marocane. Marocane.
Yes, you would have thought it was made of gold.
You never know. Ben's up next with your weekend forecast. He'll tell us about rain chances for today. 72
degrees right now in our DeRitter Skycam. You know what the resounding theme is right now, John?
What's that, Brittany?
Brittany. B-R-I-C-N-E-Y. Tropical moisture.
Tropical moisture. It's a bad hair day.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
Quality purge crawfish, fresh from our farm, live or boiled, 7 days a week. Call Honeybee Ham and Deli, 478-DELI.
Get connected to the right business right now with KPLCconnections.com.
I was going to go through chemo treatments, and I knew the fatigue would be a factor in trying to get healthy or stay healthy. JJ looked at the drugs that I had and helped me out with trying to supplement with others that would help me sleep better and actually give me a little more energy.
JJ has shown us the personal care and compassion. It wasn't just about him selling things. It was about him wanting to make a difference in the quality of his life.
Attention bargain hunters. Get half off gift certificates with KPLC's 50/50 Thursdays. This Thursday at noon, be one of the first 50 people to log on to KPLCTV.com for the opportunity to buy a $50 gift certificate for half the price.
Visit Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort. Enjoy burgers, beer, and Jack, and some great live country bands.
With KPLC's 50/50 Thursdays, savings are just a click away.
First Alert meteorologist Ben Terry here, and I'm looking for an assistant. If you'd like to be a junior weather reporter and do the weather with me on 7 News Sunrise, here's what you need to do. If you're in the 1st through 7th grade, have your parents log on to our Facebook page and look for the Weather with Ben tab. Just fill out the form, and you can be chosen as the week's junior weather reporter. You can also find the form on KPLCTV.com. Just look for our contest page for details.
Sponsored by CSE Federal Credit Union.
Our KPLC 7 Sports Person of the Week is UL Lafayette ace Gunnar Lejeune.
The Barb alum was named a semifinalist for the Golden Spikes Award, which is the Heisman Trophy of college baseball. The 2017 Sun Belt Conference Pitcher of the Year posted 10 victories, 84 strikeouts, and a 1.97 ERA in his junior season.
The 7 Sports Person of the Week is sponsored by Billy Navarre. With quick service and low prices, we challenge any dealer in America to beat.
Just think, what if we didn't have local TV and radio? Where would I go for local sports, health news, local politics, without the bias you find on cable and social media? That's why local TV and radio is the most trusted news source.
From the 7 Storm Team, your first alert weather with meteorologist Ben Terry.
Well, no Mara Kane in the forecast, but we do have some rain that's going to be an issue for our area coming up with some scattered showers possible. 76 right now is the temperature. We're above where we should be for normal lows for this time of year. In fact, we should be down closer to about 71. We'll be right on par where we should be for a high, though, for today. Just under an inch of rain now for the month of June here in Lake Charles, and we're seeing a little bit of that fog. Mentioning that earlier would be a problem for some areas. This is our DeRidder sky cam, rather, looking out over downtown DeRidder this morning there with some of that fog evident there. So definitely use the low beam headlights as you're out driving, especially in some of these more outlying areas. The fog could become a little bit more of a problem here over the course of the next couple of hours. We could see it get a little worse before it gets better. Right now, DeQuincy 72, Sulphur at 75 degrees. We got Cameron now at 79. Shower activity, not a whole lot on the radar this morning. There are a couple of these showers off the coastline here, moving up toward southeast Texas. Earlier, there were a couple of showers over Cameron Parish. That's been about the extent of it this morning. We've still got this trough of low pressure sitting right along the northern Gulf of Mexico. That may help to enhance at least the chance for some widely scattered afternoon thunderstorms. Already keeping an eye on that rain chance for tomorrow. This trough back out over West Texas will begin to push more toward the east tomorrow. That may help to enhance the rain chances a bit more as we go into our Saturday. We'll see a little bit of a higher threat there of rain tomorrow. So for the morning hours, 20% rain chances going up to about 30% closer to the lunch hour, then your 40% chance carrying it on through the afternoon. Here's a look at Futurecast, which shows how things will play out today, temperature-wise and rain-wise. Here we go. As we see those warmer temperatures settle in, that's when we'll likely see the influx and the increased coverage here of rain. A couple of these storms may hang around closer to sunset, so not going to say that I can guarantee you that it's going to be dry this evening for downtown at sundown, although I do feel like most of the activity will at least be winding down there closer to sunset and then quiet through the evening. So it'll be a close call, especially with the need there to get things set up this afternoon in advance for those outdoor activities going on this evening. A lot of tropical moisture working in off the Gulf of Mexico. Right now we have, of course, a tropical depression over the eastern Pacific and made a landfall there in Mexico and is pulling some of that moisture north. That's going to combine with that trough to our west tomorrow to really enhance the rain chances. In fact, as we go on into the afternoon for Saturday, the chances of rain do go up. I think there will be a threat there for some heavier rain as well. Some of these storms that develop tomorrow could be very slow moving. There's not a whole lot in the atmosphere to kind of push this out. So we saw that with a couple of storms that popped up yesterday, something we'll watch for. That's our main concern there. We have those little isolated storms that sit over the same areas. We could have a little bit of an issue with some localized flooding. But as we go through the weekend, we'll keep the high rain chances right on into Monday. There will be a series of these troughs of low pressure that move through our area over the next few days. And that's going to keep the daily rain chances up there. Really not until we get into Tuesday night, Wednesday, that will push a front end. That should drive some drier air in by the middle of next week and finally put an end to this rainfall. Totals, I think the highest totals, as the models have been showing all week, stay to our east as far as those 4 to 6 inch amounts. But I would say a widespread 2 to 4 still possible over these next several days here in the Lake Charles area on top of what we've already seen so far this week. 87 today, widely scattered showers and storms this afternoon, tapering off into the early evening, down into the low 70s tonight. Rain chances tomorrow will increase them right on through the weekend, mainly afternoon. Can't rule out a couple in the morning, though, especially along the coast, of what will amount to those tropical downpours we'll have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, even into Tuesday as the front finally pushes in Tuesday, clearing us out and bringing back some sun later next week.
What's that?
What does that look like?
Yeah. may even get lucky enough after these clouds and fog lift. We could have a little bit of sun peek out at times this morning, but those afternoon storms will be on the return.
Hey, our kids were thrilled yesterday evening after what was a wet day all day. The sun started peeking through.
Nice,
they got to go play outside for a while.
I love walking in the ditches after a good heavy rain, picking up crawfish, stuff like that.
Coming out of the ground.
Right, that was cool. It's 5:19, and if you're in a car accident, you hope that the airbags will protect you. Some airbags have been recalled because they can actually shoot out pieces of metal when they deploy.
Scary, but your car isn't on the recall list, so you're okay, right? Well, maybe not, as Bob Hansen explains.
There's no question that airbags have saved thousands of people on the road. When they deploy in an accident, they help protect the driver from hitting the dashboard, or worse, hitting the windshield. But the folks at Carfax say some damaged cars may have been repaired using recycled airbags. Those airbags are often cheaper, coming from junkyards where parts are sold at a discount. But some of those airbags could be coming from cars that were on the recall list, whose airbags should have been replaced, but you might never know. About 750,000 airbags have to be replaced every year. But how do you know if they're new or recycled? According to Carfax, you should ask where the airbag came from and see if the junkyard car was on the airbag recall list. Have your mechanic inspect the airbag and help determine the source of the replacement. You should insist on original equipment, made, serviced, and sold by the car's original manufacturer. That's especially true with your airbag. You may have to make that demand with your mechanic and insurance company. And finally, if you're buying a used car that you suspect has been in an accident, make sure you check the car's history and get a pre-purchase inspection by a mechanic.
Now, in some cases, the mechanic installing the airbag has no idea the bag came from a recalled car. That's why you need to insist to know the history of the used or recycled airbag and where it came from.
All you have to do is ask. Yeah, a 98-year-old woman breaks a Louisiana state skydiving record. Sarah Simmons got the idea to skydive back in March and rounded up a group of 7 friends to go with her. But she did it with a purpose. Simmons got the local Rotary Club to support her jump, and she raised $4,000 for the National Guard's Youth Challenge program. Simmons is no stranger to helping out the community. She founded back in 2004 the Apple Pie Brigade, a small but very patriotic group of friends who hand out apple pies to soldiers deploying and returning home from combat.
Everything we do, we ought to help somebody else. That's what living is all about, isn't it? Love and helping other people.
The staff at Skydive Louisiana say Simmons broke a state record as the oldest skydiver in the state. Her response to the news, just one word, woo.
She seems like a woo girl.
Yeah, she does. 98 years old. Man,
I'd love to go
out of a perfectly good airplane.
Some tea with her.
Look, she's trying to get away there. Isn't that wild? The Apple Pie Brigade. What a woman.
Oh, my
Love to meet her, huh? Coming up in our next half hour, the investigation continues into that police chase that killed a child in Baton Rouge.
But first, the CDC is investigating outbreaks of salmonella that have caused hundreds of illnesses this year. It's 5:23.
Hey, I'm Alex, and that's Jake. We know moving is tough, but at 2 Men and a Truck, we make it easy. No matter the move, across town or across the country, we'll make it a smooth one. We're the movers who care, and we'll prove it. For your next move, call 2 Men and a Truck.
I'm Jack Druyer, local owner of ServPro of Lake Charles. If a structure you own or manage has water damage, call ServPro of Lake Charles at 478-1133. Allow my team to serve you. ServPro of Lake Charles like it never even happened.
Man, Sonic is all in on this new Transformers movie. Check out these sweepstake prizes and these color-changing slushes.
Human, I am all in too.
Oh, wow. You really are. I mean, maybe you'll win the trip to Paramount Studios.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great, but first I'm going to talk to her.
That redhead?
No, that little coupe with the nice taillights.
It's a car, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Enter the Transformers Summer Sweepstakes with new color-changing slushes and see Transformers The Last Night in theaters June 21st. This is how you Sonic.
This weekend will not be any ordinary weekend at Home Furniture. It's the final 2 days to shop all those huge Memorial Day sale prices and holiday savings. This is a huge event. Every single piece of furniture, every single mattress will be on sale. Plus, there's holiday no money down, no interest financing for 48 long months. But remember, these final Memorial Day sale prices and savings end this Saturday night. Don't miss these huge holiday savings at Home Furniture.
Home Furniture Plus Bedding will save you money, folks.
Making connections is one thing. Staying connected is everything. Wherever we are, wherever you are, we're with you.
7 News First at 4 is different, I think, because it really bridges your entire day. It gives you a complete wrap-up of what's happened that morning, what's happened so far in the day, and a look ahead into what else might be going on. Those big stories that are coming up at Live at 5 and 7 News at 6 and on Nightcast, we're kind of giving you a look at everything happening that day.
Jillian Corder, weekdays first at 4 on KPLC 7 News.
525 now, nearly 400 people have been sickened in salmonella outbreaks linked to backyard chickens.
The CDC has announced it's investigating 8 different outbreaks in 47 states. 372 people have been infected since January. More than a third are children. No deaths have been reported, but 71 people were sick enough to be hospitalized. Most patients had been in contact with live poultry the week before falling ill. Experts recommend washing hands after touching any birds. They also warn against cuddling and kissing chicken. You ever kissed a chicken?
I have not. Have you?
You ever kissed a pig?
I have kissed a pig.
I have kissed a pig. Yeah, children younger than 5 should not handle live birds without adult supervision.
Wise words.
I just gave her a quick peck on the cheek.
Mine was on the top of the head.
Yeah,
because it's so much cleaner there.
Right, yes, right.
Sears Holdings says some customers who shopped at Kmart stores may be the victims of a data breach. The company isn't saying how many credit cards were affected, but it believes some credit card numbers have been compromised. It says no personal information like contact details or social security numbers were stolen. The company says there's no evidence customers who bought items at Kmart.com or Sears customers were affected. I went in Kmart the other day. It still exists here in Lake Charles, and it smells just as Kmarty as it did in my childhood. It's crazy how the smells of some stores can bring back memories.
They used to have the one in Lake Charles used to have a cafeteria in the back, and then at the front they had a deli, and they used to sell these ham sandwiches, little bitty ham sandwiches on a bun that had shredded. They were so good.
They were good.
I just remember those being simple. So, and the blue light specials.
Good old days.
Yeah, I'm sure there were some blue lights in a few Kmart stores after that security breach.
I'm sure.
Yeah, there'll be some red lights on the car wash forecast the next few days. In fact, here we go with rain chances picking back up. In fact, if you got weekend plans, you may want to just let Mother Nature handle the car wash for you at least through next week. We'll talk about how much rain we're looking at and much more on the radar coming up in the next half hour. It's 7 News Sunrise on this Friday morning, 5:28.